Hi, my name's Bill Robinson, and today I'm going to take you through a simple yet really powerful sales technique which I know will have you closing more business. So what is it? Well, it's something called the Decision Destroyer. What's that? Well, it does what it says on the tin. It's a simple yet really powerful sales technique for getting you past the hard and fast decisions such as, oh, I'm sorry, we're just not going to buy your product, and gets it back into a fluid, moving process of actually still considering whether to buy your product or not. So why would you want to use the Decision Destroyer? Well, if you're like me, at some point during your sales career, you will have been faced with objections such as, oh, I'm sorry, not today, or I'm sorry, we've decided not to buy your product, or I'm sorry, we don't have a budget, or I'm sorry, it's just too expensive, or the absolute classic, oh, I'm sorry, not today. So how have you dealt with these objections in the past? So now, with the Decision Destroyer, you'll actually have a way of overcoming those objections. So what is it? Well, it comes from the world of neuro-linguistic programming, which is the art and science of why people do what they do. And it's a language pattern, and it sounds like this. Oh, I'm sorry. That is a shame. Do you mind me asking, what were the main factors that you considered in your decision?
So, the Decision Destroyer. The format is, oh, that is a shame. Do you mind me asking, what were the most important factors you considered while you were deciding?
So in the real world, it would sound like this. Let's say you're selling a product to a big bat with the objection of, oh, I'm sorry, we're just not in the market for your product right now. Then you would reply, oh, that is a shame. Do you mind me asking, what were the main factors that you considered in your decision? One word of warning. Be careful not to reinforce any negative thoughts that the buyer may already have about your product. So if you're faced with an objection of, oh, I'm sorry, your product is just not right for us, don't reply with, oh, that is a shame. Do you mind me asking, what were the main factors that you considered when deciding that our product is not right for you? Because what you're actually doing is giving an embedded command that the whole product is not right for them. Instead, you should say something like, oh, I'm sorry. Do you mind me asking, what were the main things that you were considered when you decided that our product is not quite right for you yet? And the word yet is really important and really powerful because it actually implies that at some point in the future, the product will be right for them. Now, I myself recently had a fantastic example of where the Decision Destroyer could have been used, and sadly it wasn't. I was rung up by a delightful young sales lady who wanted to sell me a trade directory, which I'd bought in the past, and in reality I was probably likely to buy again. So the lady asked me if I wanted to buy the directory, and I replied, oh, I'm sorry, not today, thank you. And to my uttermost surprise, she replied with, oh, that's a shame, maybe next year, goodbye. Now, if she'd been trained to use the Decision Destroyer, what she could have said was, oh, that is a shame. Do you mind me asking, what were the main things that you considered when you decided that you don't want our directory at the moment? Again, at the moment works like yet. It actually implies that at some point in the future, I will want her directory. I would have then at least have had to have gone through with her the reasons why I didn't want her directory, and she could have resold me at each point. And almost certainly she would have got a sale. But as it is, it looks like I'll be ringing them to see if they want my services instead. So what if you don't use the Decision Destroyer? Well, it's such a simple and easy to use technique that I don't believe that any of you that have watched this far won't at least give it a try. Because after all, if you've always done what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always get. And I know that's not what you want. I know you want to improve and take your sales to the next level. So what if you do use the Decision Destroyer? Well, welcome to a whole new world of sales performance. This will get you past those really difficult objections. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that you'll always get a sale using this technique, But what I am guaranteeing is that you'll get the sales process moving again. And at the very least, you'll start to find out what it is that's really important to your buyers in making their decisions. But there is one thing here. The Decision Destroyer will only work if you use it. So go out and practice. And practice. And don't blame me when your sales go to a whole new level and you start achieving results far beyond those that you thought possible. Thank you very much.